Per the autopsy report, Alex had a deep, penetrating, cavitating wound that liquefied the fat cells and most of the tissue in his right buttock and right thigh and lumbar region. The center of that bruise was 41.5 inches above the ground. The height of the left front corner of a Nissan Xterra is 41 inches above the ground. It's an excellent match. He also was struck below his center of gravity. So what that has the effect of doing is sending him end over end. So he goes spinning to the right, end over end, backwards. So when he strikes the ground, he gets one set of scrape injuries, which all of the shots you've been showing with the knees and the knuckles and everything, those are injuries that go left to right because he was spinning and he stopped.
So why do you feel that Alex was beaten first and then hit by the car?
There was injuries that extended from the top of his head all the way 90 degrees back to the backside of his head. I had a reconstruction done of CT scans taken while he was in the hospital. And so we made a 3D model of Alex's skull, and you could actually see dents in the top of Alex's skull. So there was some sort of weapon being used causing this pattern. And this is not something that's consistent with being happening by striking the road, because it extends from the very top to the very back of his head, 90 degrees. There's no flattening of the skull as if there was a giant impact with the ground. This is something that looks like it was repeatedly beat into his head over and over.
Do you think it's irrational for them to be suspicious?
Can I say something?
Sure.
My car had full forensics, like, all through it. Don't you think that if that car had anything to do with anything, would have said something like that?
I'd like an answer to my question.
There's no evidence.
Is it illogical for them to be very suspect that there is a connection here?
I believe that, but I've looked at that evidence as well, and I can be empathetic with people, but to go after a young man with such vengeance and such hatred, and to accuse someone when there's really no evidence.
There's no physical evidence.
There's no physical evidence.
Ready to get real? Subscribe to the Dr. Phil Show YouTube channel for exclusive videos you won't see anywhere else.